Good morning, everyone. We are here on Route 73. The St. Hubert's parking lot was full, so we found this parking along the side of the road just past the Ausable River. And as you see, we're parked along the side of the road. There were no parking signs, so hopefully we won't get any tickets. But we are here. We saw this sign on the side of the road. Snow and Wolfjaws Deer Brook Trail. So we are headed over to Upper and Lower Wolfjaw and Armstrong today for an overnight trip. And we looked at the map. Based on the map, this trail does still bring you to the location as if we were to start at St. Hubert's. So off we go on our next adventure. Short hop, skip, and a jump from 73 at the beginning of the trailhead. We come to this junction where it says Snow and Wolfjaws via Deer Brook. Really pretty hike up along the creek here. Very scenic. As you can see, since this is one of the side trails up to the Wolfjaws, it's a little bit more difficult. Little rock scrabble. Boulder hop in here. Still following the Deer Creek trail. Some very pretty water cascades here all along this trail. We are about 3/4 of a mile in and coming to our intersection, Lower Wolfjaw. If we go to the right, it's Rooster Comb and Snow. Route 73 is directly to the left, and we are going to go straight up the red trail to Wolfjaw. Looks like maybe 7 2 minutes up from the last junction. We are coming to this next intersection where we're going to head towards St. Hubert's. Now that is where we initially were supposed to start this hike. However, the parking lot was full and we just drove down the road past the Ausable River and found a free area on 73 and came this side route up Deer Run. So everything worked out well. Very short jaunt over to the next trail marker. St. Hubert's parking area is 1.6 miles to the left. We are going to the Lower Wolfjaw Mountain, which appears to be 3.5 miles to the right. Starting to get our first views. It's starting to open up a little bit. Nice and level hiking for a little while. Give us a little bit of a break from all that elevation gain. Look at this view. Really pretty. They look like wild bleeding hearts or some sort of flower like that. Growing up here along the ridge line. Made it to our next junction. We've gone 3.6 miles so far. And we are headed to Lower Wolfjaw. 1.5 miles up. Lots of moss, ferns along these trails here. Little mud. Lots of bugs. Really hard to stop because when you do, they're swarming you. Finally signed up to Lower Wolfjaw. That looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. That is straight up. Okay, we are leaving Lower Wolfjaw and we are heading over to the Johns Brook campsites to set up camp for the night. Coming down the Lower Wolfjaw still. The view here is, if not better, than the actual summit of Lower Wolfjaw. Very pretty. And the trail goes down there. Just some of the trail coming down Lower Wolfjaw. Descended Lower Wolfjaw. And we are going over to the Johns Brook Lodge way to find a campsite and set up for the rest of the night. Lots of mud right through here. We are at our next junction. Heading over to the Johns Brook Lodge, 2.5 miles. And here is where we found a site to set up camp for the night. Little avalanche here. So many black flies. And there is our home sweet home for the night. So we made it to a campsite and we are sitting in the tent and relaxing. Mainly because there's all these black flies outside. So we hurried up and got in the tent and set up, and we are gonna chillax in here until dinner time. Good morning, everyone. Today is day number 2 in the Adirondack Mountains. We are going to be hiking up to Upper Wolfjaw and Armstrong today and then hiking out. Here's our coffee. Are there any bugs in there? Ooh, not yet. The packs are packed, the bear cans put away. We did not need any bear spray last night. All right, and we are off. Here we are up to the junction to go to Upper Wolfjaw and Armstrong. Continuing onward up to Upper Wolfjaw.
Not any easier than lower.
Definitely not easy.
Not funny. Lower Wolfjaw and Upper Wolfjaw. Straight up.
Definitely a workout in the morning.
Definitely.
We just came up this. We had to take our packs off, set it on the ledge, and then crawl through that little crevasse. We just came up that. There is Lower Wolfjaw. That is the mountain we climbed yesterday. So we went down that, we descended that yesterday, went down to our campsite down there, and then we ascended back up. A lot of rock climbing. It's only 0.9 miles, the map says, from that last junction up to the summit of Upper Wolfjaw, but it is pretty straight up in some spots. A lot of fun though. It's like our own little obstacle course. Ninja warriors. (4,000-foot elevation. No camping beyond this point. So it's leveling off a little bit here on our way to Upper Wolfjaw. As you can see the mountain range over there. A little bit of a flat section through the swampy area. And it looks like that right there in front of us is the summit of Upper Wolfjaw. Over the river and through the woods to Upper Wolfjaw we go. And we are to the top of Upper Wolfjaw. We did this mountain here. It was Lower Wolfjaw. So we came from down there, ascended up this mountain, then over to this mountain, and we are at Upper Wolfjaw now. The views are pretty incredible on this mountain. And we are headed over to Armstrong next, which is this mountain here. Good thing I'm not afraid of heights or anything.
Wow, the bugs are bad. Yay. All right.
We are at the summit of Armstrong. Another beautiful view. This is the backside view as compared to Upper Wolfjaw. Very pretty. Bit to take a nice little snack break. Wasn't a very long hike from very windy up here. Show you. We are heading down Armstrong, another steep descent. Still heading down from Armstrong. Look at these views. Four-tenths of a mile from the summit of Armstrong, we are at our first junction on the descend. That's the trail we came from. Gothics is that way. Look at that mud. But we are headed over to Lake Road, 3 miles. See, Hubrick's parking area is 5.4 miles. And we are parked up the road from that. So we just came from that direction, last trail junction. There's a series of ladders. I think this is the 3rd one so far that we have to ascend to continue on the trail. Just came up that ladder to these remarkable views. Big rock. We're just about to the bottom of Armstrong, headed down the West River Trail. We're making our way down. And this eventually turns into Beaver Falls. Came down that ladder to Beaver Falls. Left Beaver Falls and headed over to Lake Road now. The river is flowing. That is one thing about this area, is you do not really need to worry about water because you can always filter it. The water runs year round here. So as long as you have a filter, you should be good. And we made it to Lake Road. And there is a porcupine crossing. Not very afraid. But we are on the AMR land, so they are probably used to seeing people. And we are coming up on the Adirondack Mountain Reserve. There's a new pool they put in. There's a little chipmunk who wants to join our hike. AMR. On the road we came down. Very pretty. I've got the golf course, tennis court, and that mountain right there is Giant Mountain. '73, back to where we began. So we parked down past the river over here. Busy road. Ausable Road we came down instead of going over to St. Hubert's parking lot, because this brings us down closer to our Deer Creek trailhead. So very short road walk here, and we are done with our hike. Here is the Ausable River. We are almost to our car. And you can see the cars parked up there. That is where we began this trip.